Good morning, everyone, and I hope you all had a beautiful Shabbos. There's a unbelievable Mishnah in Ethics of Our Father, which relates to this week's Torah portion. And it says, what is an argument that's for the sake of heaven? Hillel and Shammai. The great Talmudic scholars, rabbis of the Mishnah, Hillel and Shammai, who disagreed many times in the Talmud and the Mishnah, but that was an argument for the sake of heaven. And it endured. What is an argument that's not for the sake of heaven? Korach v'Adasa, Korach and his minions, Korach and his people. The commentaries ask, one second. In this week's Torah portion, it speaks about Korach. Korach was making a rebellion against Moshe, against God. Who was his argument with? His argument with Moshe. So why does the Mishnah say Korach v'Adasa, Korach and his people? And the commentaries say something very important. Now, why was Hillel and Shammai's argument for the sake of heaven? Because they were seeking the truth. And therefore, they listened to each other. They listened to what the other opinion had to say. They digested it. And then they gave a reason why they disagreed. But they never knocked the other person. On the contrary, the Talmud says that Hillel and Shammai's children married each other. They were friends. They got along. But they had a disagreement. There's nothing wrong with having disagreements. People are scared of disagreements. There's nothing wrong with it. As long as you listen to the other opinion, you respect the other person, and then you go ahead and say why you disagree with the other person, while at the same time respecting the other person. Korach and his people were all arguing within each other. Moshe was not involved in that argument. They were rebelling against Moshe. They weren't even listening to Moshe. You can't be in an argument if you're not listening to the person. So therefore, Moshe was on his own. Korach and all his people, they were arguing with each other. They all wanted the position of Kohen Gadol. They couldn't all be it. They were united against Moshe. But within each other, they still were arguing with each other. And that's a sign of an argument that's not for the sake of heaven. It's when you're not paying attention, you're not listening, you make fun, you say derogatory things, and you can't stand the other person that you're arguing with. That means to say that you're not arguing for the right reasons. You're arguing for your emotions, for your feelings, but not for seeking the truth. And that's something that we all have to reflect on and think about in these difficult times. And with everybody that we have disagreement with, if it's our spouse, if it's our friends, it's our community, if it's our country, that we should all seek the truth and find and have arguments, but in a healthy way. Not, God forbid, that it should ever lead not to want to have someone over for a Friday night meal or can't stand someone because of it. If you're truly seeking the truth, then you'll have a disagreement, but you respect the other person. And not like Korach, who they were just arguing amongst themselves, and therefore Moshe wasn't even involved in that. Wishing everyone a beautiful day, and hopefully throughout the week, we will talk more about this topic. Have a great week.